Live.
What's the word? What's the word? What's the
What's
word?
up?
Gang. Happy New Year's, everybody. I know I'm not in my normal location when you see all the lights and shit. That's okay. You'll see me probably there next week. I don't know. We'll see. But welcome to the new year. It's 2023. Yeah. So this is a new year means new season of Die Radio. We are in season 3 now. This is season 3. Man, we've been on Die for 3 seasons. Ooh. We got one more person
Look,
added to the
I
party.
like how she came in here so guilty, yeah, bro.
I know I'm late.
I came a little late, but I'm here, y'all.
What up, y'all? Well, now that most of us are here, let's do it. Hold on, let me put myself where I'm supposed to be.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. So I am your boy. So you can follow me on Instagram at official.saw. All of our social medias are down below. But in case you want to hear us for some reason, everybody please introduce yourselves.
Okay, I'll start. I'm Mocha. You can follow me on Instagram at Mocha.
Time out. No, that's not enthusiastic enough. That was very.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
D-.
Oh my gosh. Hey guys, it's me, Mocha. You can follow me on Instagram at Mocha Badu.
There you go. That's a nice beat. That's a nice beat. I like that.
All right, Kayla, we need the same amount of energy.
I'm pushing it. Hey y'all can follow me on Instagram at Kayla Moan.
Go on now.
Man, it's your boy Z. Hold on, man. Follow me at ZHU and then _. You know what time it is. Listen, we get it, bro. We see the shirt. Shirt.
I'm trying to fix myself. This look weird.
Show them the back. Okay, fine. Show them the back.
Okay, yes, y'all want to see the.
This is now you wanted to do that. Don't.
No, I was fixing my shirt too.
You wanted everybody to see your shirt.
No, I didn't. It wasn't all like that.
There you go. They see your shirt.
I don't know if y'all saw it.
Yes, they saw. You want
one of my favorite artists. Yeah. Oh shoot, wrong way. I'm looking at the script. But anyway, no, I was fixing my shirt because it looked like I'm fat and it would not when I'm leaned back. So
you are what you is, bro.
I'm not. Shut the fuck up, nigga. You bigger than me. Chill out.
Because I'm a bigger person. You know what? I'm not gonna talk shit with you right now.
Anyway, what's our topic for the day, Z?
Why me?
You chose the topic. It's your topic.
I mean, okay, I'm playing with y'all. Listen, the topic of the day is constructive criticism. Constructive.
You'll see it right there.
Criticism of constructive. Okay, so let me ask this. Obviously, the number one question everybody: what is constructive criticism? Let me ask y'all that. What's constructive criticism to y'all?
Ladies first.
Really? Always. Kayla, you want to go?
You look like Kayla froze.
They do like Kayla froze.
She is froze.
She is froze.
She froze. It's okay. While we wait for Kayla to come back,
What is constructive criticism? Constructive criticism, in my personal opinion, is giving someone guidance to do better. Not trying to beat them down, but basically...
I don't know what's going on with my connection right now. Like, y'all went from being slowed down to speed it up. So.
And you lagging too. It's like you. It's like you talk like you.
Keep frozen again.
Right.
Continue what you were
Let's
saying.
go.
Bear with us.
Mocha, you were saying?
Constructive criticism?
For me, she's still moving, but okay. Constructive criticism. Constructive criticism is giving someone guidance to do better. Not trying to beat them down about where they've made their mistakes, but pinpointing them in a way where they can do better about their mistakes for the next go around. That's all.
Okay, say that one more time. One more time, just for the people in the back.
Okay, constructive.
Did you hear her?
Constructive criticism is giving someone guidance, so that way they can move past their mistakes to do better.
Okay. And how does one do that? Give me like an example. Can you give me an example?
So for an example, since you guys are in the artist industry, if you told me to listen to your music and I heard some noise in the background, I would be like, hey, there's some noise in the background. I can't really focus on your music. That's constructive criticism, in my opinion. There's a better way of putting that, but yeah.
By telling me there's noise in the background?
Like, if you hear people talking and they're not supposed to be there, and you're trying to finish this production or this album, hey, there's this problem in the background. Maybe you missed it.
Okay.
Why y'all acting like y'all know what you're talking about?
I mean, because let me help her out with her example. Like, basically, like you saying as if, okay, if you was in the studio, right, and I played like some prime example, when I sent you those songs back then and you gave me your, that would be your like example, because where you gave me your exact point. Okay, I like this song, I don't like this song. This one's okay, this at the third type stuff like that. Like, that's what you mean?
Yeah.
All right, we just had to give a better example. That's all. But you was right. W for go ahead, Kevin. What's constructive criticism to you?
I think for me, it's telling somebody what you think they can be better at, while also providing ways they can make it better.
Yeah.
Okay. So giving. I don't like using the word. Well, I definitely find the word, but giving criticism by also giving a solution.
Yes.
Now.
Okay, what is criticism?
There you go.
I think it's very opinion based. Yeah, I just feel like it's all opinion based. So like, since music is easier, like if I felt like I listened to 3 of your songs, but they were all at different volumes, then like you got mixing issues, so maybe you should get a better mixer. Well, I won't say it's at that point opinionated based. I think that it's more so just like, I won't even say having a problem. Like, to me, it's problem solution. Like, I'm not gonna tell you like something's wrong with something if I don't have a solution for you on how to make it better.
Okay, so give me a fashion example to make it easier for you. Cause I know music, you was like, I gotta figure something out. Now, give me something. Like, has someone ever
really
gave
like this
criticism
piece
about like your clothing, or like your say, this, if you added this little belt to this would make this fire, or like,
I really like this top,
like
but it doesn't match this bottom.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, I'm short, so naturally, if I don't hem a lot of stuff, I just look like a rag doll because all of my stuff will fall off. But if I hemmed it, it would look a lot better on me.
Okay. All right. So basically, like you said earlier, giving criticism while also giving a solution. Okay, makes sense. I like that. What about you, Stahl?
Y'all pretty much hit the nail on the head for real. Like, I mean, we can give examples all day on constructive criticism. Like, let's say, what I think y'all already said what the definitions were, so I don't even know why.
Just say something.
An extra point. But for an example of constructive criticism, like I said earlier, let's do fashion. yo, this whole set is so fire. But this top, I feel like this top doesn't match the bottom. I think this top would better match this one rather than this one. Or, okay, we talk about music. Let's say you give me a track list of how you want your album to look. I really like I really like all the songs, but I think track number 6 doesn't correlate with the theme of the album. So I think it should be placed somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Those are just a few examples.
Okay. So then let me ask this to the side question to this question. Can constructive criticism can constructive criticism basically be bad in the same sense? Because of course we're like, as in, say if you give me constructive criticism on certain things, right? But like I'm taking it differently compared to what you're trying to tell me, because it's like it's constructive at the same time, like how how Kayla said, she gives a solution, where sometimes people give you that constructive criticism without the solution. So could that be an issue to where like you can see people have like issues when it comes to constructive
criticism though?
I don't think that you have to give a solution when you give constructive criticism. I don't think you have to necessarily give a solution. I think you can identify the problem, and it's up to you whether you want to rectify that problem or continue with whatever you got going on. Because when someone gives you constructive criticism, you as a person don't have to to heed their words. If you get what I'm saying, you don't have to listen to them. They're just telling you what they think on how they feel about what you presented to them, and they give you feedback according to what you gave. So necessarily giving a solution isn't required, but it is helpful. Now, in terms of the other person, and let's say you guys are giving constructive criticism to me, I feel like it's all in how you present the problem to me. Like if you come at me saying like, or you think you're giving constructive criticism, and what you probably are, you're probably addressing a problem that I should take a look into, but how you're saying it to me, I probably won't receive it the same way. You know what I'm saying?
So like the tone, which that was getting to the second topic question, but so you're saying basically the tone of it, but wouldn't people consider that basically saying, like I've had people where I've had that same type of conversation where, oh, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But then I've had people be like, people come to me and be like, well, that's not my fault that you took it. Like I hear this all the time. 1 + 1 = 2 versus 1 + 1 fucking equals 2 doesn't change the fact of what I said.
1 + 1 still equals
2. 1 + 1 still equals 2. So it's like, do people have that? And that's going to my second question. But that's what I was going to try to get to.
If we're gonna, so let's talk about it, right? If we're going to, okay, this is what it is. The bottom line is perception. How you perceive things is how you will take it. If somebody is saying to you 1 + 1 = fucking 2, it's how you're gonna take it and how you place yourself in that situation. So like, for example, like I know Z can be very blunt sometimes, and very blunt in his words. We're just gonna use you as an example real quick. I know Z could be very blunt in his word.
Can we have a poll on that? Am I blunt?
Yes.
I know you, bro. I know you.
It's good.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not necessarily right. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Being blunt is bad, because you know why? I'm gonna tell you why I say being blunt. If you ever hear someone tell you that you're blunt, they're basically saying you say what you feel, but you don't
care
have
how you
a filter. You don't have a filter necessarily.
Find another word for it.
So you feel me? So like when people are blunt, they say whatever in whatever moment. That's why I was like, damn,
honest.
I'm blunt. Like, damn, my blunt, that hurts. Like,
Okay,
that means I need to put a better filter on my words. No, it's good. This is constructive criticism. This is what I need.
You're honest.
Right
Going
honest.
back to my example.
So saying.
I said that Z can be very blunt sometimes,
Uh-huh.
but it's all in how you receive it, you know. And you we've talked about this before. Meeting the person where they are, you know. You could be on you could be on a level that ain't at the same as theirs. The person that's giving you constructive criticism, so you have to put yourself at their level. If 2 + 2 = fucking 4, 2 + 2 still equals 4. But if that's how he's gonna, that's how he's gonna talk to you. So you can't just take it that type of way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's what you would do, Z. I'm just saying.
No, you said that's what I'm doing. It's okay, bro.
It's just
okay.
giving an example.
Again, this is constructive criticism. This is
and like,
you're just honest.
This is just my perception. I'm just taking it and perceiving it.
Here's an even bigger example. A better example. Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul. Kevin Samuels was blunt all the time to men and women. Not y'all. People be forgetting that he would men will call the show too. He would be blunt to men and women, but at the same time, he's still telling you what you need to hear. Sometimes, I mean, some people just receive it in a negative light. Like, not all the guys that came on the show and spoke to him or asked him questions or whatever, whenever he gave his solution back, most of the guys didn't take it to heart like the girls did, or take it as a negative thing like the girls did, like the women. They'll take it like, dang, like, or let me just listen. And then I just like, okay, dang, maybe what he's saying is right. Because sometimes when you say things nice to everybody, you be 24/7 nice, and you trying to get your point across, people aren't going to accept it the same way for real. You're too nice. You might be saying something that I really need to hear, but you too nice with it. You're not telling me like, hey, bro, like, this is what you need to do, and this is how you need to do it, or this is what you need to do, and you figure it out from there. But if somebody's like, well, I think you should, I really like this, but you're not going to be like, okay, all right, maybe, okay, whatever. This is not, it's really all in how, I don't know, it's a two-way street, I think. How the person, it's all in, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. No, it's not just what you say, it's what you say and how you say it. And on the other person is how you receive it. How you receive the criticism that's coming back to you. But that's,
But see, okay, but and maybe that's just my bluntness coming out. But I feel like, again, this is just me, in my opinion, where to me it shouldn't. Yes, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. For one, when I hear that tells me, for one, that's like, I heard my mom say that a lot, right? So like, and it's not even just my mom. I heard a lot of women in my family say that a lot. Where if you said something they didn't like, they would use that against you. Like, hey, yo, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And I'm like, well, mama, you just cussed me out like 30 seconds ago. Like, it wasn't how you said it did, but it just be like, and I'm not saying it to be like that. I'm saying to where everybody to where now when I hear people use that around me, it always was like a thing to me where it's just like, okay, you're just trying to give me you're
trying to justify your way of saying
to justify what I said was how it made you feel versus what I actually said. That's why I was saying earlier, the 1 + 1 versus 1 + 1 equals 2 versus 1 + 1 fucking equals 2. Someone might take that, well, why you cursed at me, versus it's like, you didn't get the point. So like, that's why I say where but that's why I understand where being called blunt, you can be, that's also saying that you have no filter. And I don't want to be that type of person where I don't have no filter either, where I just say stuff and it get me the people who I'm supposed to care for. Like, and I've definitely seen this in my lifetime, which we're going sidetrack, but where I say certain things, and the people who I consider who I care for and love, they'll think I'm being a asshole or trying to be a dickhead about things. And I have a saying now that I'm starting to say now to people now where if I'm being a dickhead, it's most likely because you was being an asshole to me. So it was like but like I'm trying to grow that where I don't want to be that person. And that's why I said when y'all said blunt, I was like, okay, damn. But
it's also like it's not okay. When you say that we say that you blunt, you also rectify your bluntness. Like, oh damn, I mean, if I said something to offend you or if I made you mad, like I'm sorry, my bad. Like I ain't mean it like that, and you do that, and I feel like people should communicate that a lot better. If somebody is taking it like to heart or really, in a negative way.
Personally.
Yeah, and you see that, you could be like, yo, like, my bad, bro. I'm just letting you know I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it to make you mad, or I didn't mean it to sound like you doing something wrong or whatever. I'm just saying, like, hey, I'm trying to get you to identify the problem. So
my second question, which before I go into my second question, I'm sorry, so I'll continue talking.
No, my bad. No, I think I was done.
Well, Kayla, what do you think?
I think that ultimately the main problem with constructive criticism at all is that it's always personalized. Like, and I think I learned that more so being in school than anything. Like, I can write a paper and get an F on it. That doesn't mean I'm a bad writer. I could have not stuck to the topic, or my punctuation could have been off. So I think that it's just
no. I think you might just be a bad writer. You got an F.
I think that I don't write in school. That was an example. But I think often too many times people, if it's something you worked on, it's really hard to not have people take things and love things the way you do because it's yours. And then I think it's even harder to accept criticism with it because it's just like, but I put so much into it. But I think that if we just like got outside of the fact that it's ours and the fact that we're attached to it because it's ours, we do way better at receiving criticism. Like I was saying, if I might have not just stayed on topic for the paper and that's why I got an F, or I may have misspelled some things. That doesn't mean ultimately I'm a horrible writer. It's just some things for me to work on. But if I was so in my feelings about it, I would never make it that far to where like, oh, okay, let me go back and check over this and let me figure out how I can be better at this or at that, or making sure I don't make some of the same mistakes. So ultimately, I think that it's all just because we're too emotional because it's something that we did or it's something of ours to see like the bigger picture.
I can agree with that.
So learning how to be, or saying that I heard from someone said before, learning the difference between being confident in what you're doing versus being arrogant in what you're doing.
Yep, because like it's not yes, it's your criticism, but it's not about you. It's about what you worked on or what you did, and that's not all that you are. That's a piece of you, so it's okay.
Right.
It's a piece that can be improved.
Yeah.
What you think, Mocha? Yeah, I'm going around the table. Y'all not getting away from this.
I agree with everyone.
Nah, what do you think?
I agree with everything.
I agree with everything y'all said. Nah, what do you think?
I definitely agree with Kayla and what you said. We tend to take things that we worked our best on very personally, and that makes us very defensive. So
yeah, like, I know how to do this. There can't nobody tell me that I don't know how to do this.
But they were teaching us that it's a way to do it. It's called like a little love sandwich. So basically, like, you would tell somebody one thing you like about them first, get straight to the point on like, what you don't care for, maybe throw in a couple suggestions on like how to make it better, and then finish off with like something else that they're good at in regards to like writing, for example. So like if I was really good on staying on topic, but I had a lot of spelling errors, but I really know how to tell a story. That's one way to give criticism without it having like such a negative impact. So we're like, because I think a lot of people when they hear the word criticism, it's already like red flag. Let me be defensive.
Negative.
And so like if you can kind of put some positives in it, I think it'll help people be a little more. It'll help people take it a little more.
I can agree. I think it also depends on knowing your audience or who you're dealing with.
Like I said, meeting that person on the level.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Knowing who you're dealing with definitely helps you to understand, like, I can be this honest with this person 100% and they'll understand and not take it to offense. But with this other person on the other side, I have to be a little bit more gentle and more patient for them to understand. So that way they don't get so offended and just beat themselves down from their mistakes. That's what I've also learned. Because me personally, when I be honest with people, I ask them, are you sure that you are ready for my honesty? Most people be like, yeah, I'm totally cool. And I ask them again,
are you sure?
And then I give it to them, and then I give them a solution, and then I'd be like, if you need me, I'll help you. I'll help you improve.
You different. I don't do that.
I mean, if I can, I'll find I'll research, help, do it with you. We will both learn. But if I can't do it, I'll give you the resources. Like, here you go. I can't do it, but I'll give you the knowledge on how to do it yourself.
I'm more of a person who, and y'all probably notice, I ask questions. And I ask questions to get you to see what you made a mistake on. Like, okay, so when you were doing this, what did you think about when you did that? Or, like, how did you get to that solution? You know what I'm saying? You did not have to put that up.
Hey, man, you about to leave, so I have to make sure he's talking.
What up, though? But, yeah, so, like, I try to get people to be self-sufficient. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can see where you messed up at. Right. See you later, Kareem. I see where you messed up at, and so I will ask questions or make statements to get you to see where you messed up at. And if you feel like that you didn't mess up here, then sometimes I'll be like, okay, maybe they meant to do that, or, you know, but if it's something that was like, this doesn't make any sense, I'll tell you, like, hey, like, maybe you should fix this, or can you fix that? I like this, but I think you should fix that. But some like, I mix in what Kayla said, as well as ask questions, what's the word? Eggs revealing or relevant, or so it's a word I'm missing.
Questions.
Yeah, to make you see where you messed up at, or to get you to see where you messed up at on your own. Because people don't, not all the time, not a lot of time people like being told what to do. People already don't like being told what to do. They like to think of it as their idea. They, you know, I came up with this idea myself. You didn't tell me. I came up with this. You know what I'm saying? So but y'all have the same thinking process, or y'all have the same idea, or you see where their vision is going, then we lost Kayla.
No, y'all didn't lose me. I'm just getting the water, and I didn't want to be all like weird.
But yeah, like, you know, I like to be around self-sufficient people who can help themselves. I don't like micromanaging people. I hate it. I feel, and this is where I need work on a lot. If you can't do it, or if I can do it better than you, then I'm going to just do it myself. You know what I'm saying? Or if I know what I'm doing and you are trying to do the same thing as me, or we're trying to, like, let's say we're, example, we do a lot of videotaping, video shoots, right? And a lot of the times when we setting up equipment, the other members or the other workers don't necessarily know how to do it the way that I want them to do it, or how I do it normally. So I would just be like, all right, hold on, I'll take care of it, you go do something else, and I'll just do it myself. Which is that's something I need to work on. I need to ask for help more, or let people do what they do. But that's what I try to do. I try to get people to be self-sufficient, so I don't have to do that.
You ask questions to see, like, why you do this.
Yeah.
I get it.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want people to, I want to live in a world where people are more self-sufficient, not reliant on other people all the time, 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I know this. But in my circle, most people are self-sufficient. They know what to do and how to do it. And if they have a problem, they can more than likely fix it themselves before coming to me to ask for help. And because in my experience, if somebody comes to me with a problem and I tell you what to do and how to fix it, they're still going to do their own thing.
That's true.
And make it worse. So when people do that, I'd be like, that's out of my hands now. I told you what you could do and how you could fix it. I gave you examples, gave you ideas, but you didn't listen to me. So it's out of my hands. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You
that's what I'm about to say. At the end of the day, you gotta remember it's their thing. So it's like it's still an opinion you're giving, you know. And then we also gotta remember how I said the arrogance thing that I was saying before. Like that can turn back to the person giving the criticism. So that's why when it comes to me, when it comes to criticism, I give warning, first of all, before you ask me. First of all, I let people ask me first. Like, I'm not going to give you a criticism straight up off of something, because then that shows my arrogance. Because who am I to come criticize you on your thing when you didn't ask me for a criticism in the first place? I might have one in my mind. I might say if I like something or not out loud to myself, but that doesn't mean, as in me thoroughly giving a criticism, I give full warning ahead of time before I do that. Like, hey, if I'm going to give you a criticism, like, sure you want me to criticize this right now? All right, I'm finna give you exactly what you want to, because I want you to understand, like, it's a serious thing. Where if I'm criticizing something, it's serious, versus me just sitting here listening to you and this and the third because you took your time out to make this thing or do whatever you did. Yeah, I should take my time out to give it that effort of listening or watching or putting on the clothes or whatever we doing. So like, but I make sure they come ask me first, to where I can have that conversation with them and talk about it. And then I also have to check me. You feel what I'm saying? Where it's like me as a person talking to the, like how Mocha said, knowing who I'm talking to, I have to check me as in, bro, I can't go in here and there's certain things that I can say to certain people that I know I can't say to this other person, because this other person, not just because how they'll take it, but because how I'm gonna take it after they take it that way. You feel me? So it's like, all right, now if I talk to you, and it's not even just on those type of terms, it's also the terms of how hard I see you work on what you do. So if I know you like, I've had several people who'll send me a song because they know I do music, or they know I do certain things, business or this and the third, or just doing stuff. They'll send me stuff and be like, oh, tell me your opinion. And I can tell in the first 30 seconds of their song, you just BSing, bro. Like this, you just in here just playing like that. If my cousin ever see this, I swear to God, he see it. The first time he started, and he taking it seriously. Now I even told him, like, bro, if you gonna do music and stuff like this, like, take it seriously, because there's no point of you sending me these songs like this. He sent me a song about literally calling a female a Wendy's 444. That was the whole song. Like, you ain't never but a 444. 444. Like, that was the whole song. That was the whole song. I'm like, bro. what? And I'm like, bro, are you serious? He's just like, man, and you hear it on the first, he got a monologue, and man, you ain't nothing but a 4 I'm sticking you. I'm just like, bro, you can't be serious. I know you ain't just send me this. Like, I know you ain't just send me this and like, bro, tell me like, and I'm like, all right, fam, I let it slide.
It wasn't like a parody, like he was for real. That was real.
Like, bro, if you ever met my cousin, bro, like he is really one of them goofy people, like where he just really just he that's why he got no filter. He just gonna do whatever. But like he's like a Mike Epps. Like that's
I was about to say like Cat Williams.
He's a Mike Epps. Like he just does whatever. He just don't even care. He just like he just like, but what do you want? Like but he chill at the same time. Like it just comes naturally with him. That's why I said like it was funny because I get it who he was, but like you know how seriously I take what I do. Mm-hmm. So it's like, and that's why I also tell people when you come to me for criticism, are you sure you know who you're talking to and what you're asking for when you ask me to criticize? What you asking me to criticize? Because I'm gonna be for real. So it's like when I saw him do that, I was like, you know, okay, I'm gonna take your song, I'm gonna listen to it. All right, bro, it's great. Then he started sending me more songs. I'm like, all right, bro, it's great. This one, all right. This, you know. And I finally told him, I'm like, bro, if you're gonna keep sending me songs like this, I need you to take it seriously. Like, because people don't. Everybody who send me songs is people who seriously make music. Like, I'm not finna sit here and have you keep sending me little songs about calling the girl a hamburger and a chicken nugget every other day. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, we're not doing this today.
Yeah, I cannot believe that's a real song, bro.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that, but like. It was just like, it was no point. So after a while, he started sending me real music. He's like, all right, bet. So now when I started giving that criticism, and I even criticized the other ones, but when I gave him the criticism, he took it for real because he was now being more serious. Mm-hmm. So now he wanted that criticism. And I think that's an issue that I feel like the arrogance comes in with a lot of people.
The criticism, but they don't want to take it.
But they don't want to take it. So then that's what my other question was going to come in and ask y'all is how do you take criticism? Because a lot of people is good at giving criticism. Everybody can give a criticism. Everybody can criticize. Everybody
judge everything.
Everybody got a thing to say. Everybody got everything in the book. But how do you take it? How can someone learn how to take something to criticism? Mocha brain is turning right now.
Right. I see the gears. I see
it. She just.
I'm thinking about my past experiences and how well I took it. I didn't let.
If you didn't take it well, it's okay to tell us. Please tell us.
Emotionally, it hurt.
You look like the type of person like you throw stuff at people and like
no.
break stuff. Like, no cap. You like you just get mad and just start breaking. Like you cry and just start breaking stuff. Like.
I'm not a cancer. Calm down. I'm not a
No, I take that back. You look like a Cuba Gooding Jr. You look like you'll go in the house and just start punching the L. And just
pull out the pillow. Right.
I'm not Hulk smash. No. I got tiny arms. No.
I got a big head with little arms. I don't know if we thought this through, master. Yo, Meet the Robinsons is the most funny.
No, move on.
We can sit here and do references all day. You know us.
I can take criticism. I will say that. I don't think I take it the best.
Oh, man.
But I will hear what you're saying. And then I will make changes to do better. Like, for example, my decorator that I worked with at my job, she basically said I couldn't decorate when I first got there. It hurt. But I tried to learn to decorate. I tried to get better. I watched videos. I practiced. I kept practicing so I could be better, so I could decorate. And now I'm at a point where I'm the one doing most of the ordering. She acknowledged that I can decorate. So I can take criticism, but it still hurts me emotionally to an extent.
Okay,
I need to know.
Why are you in the dark, Batman?
Yeah, turn the light on.
I switched. My light is on. I'm just under this.
Yeah.
And I was in another tab. I'm trying to figure out what song is this. They jamming right now. 'Cause,
It was not playing, making this one.
For real.
Yes, Smoko. Yes, he was talking about we heard you, but the constructive. So you say you hear it, but it still hurt, but you gonna take it. That's what you said, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know if I like it like that, but okay. Okay. But how do you do that though? Because you're talking about like I said, you say you hear it. So like, you still feeling it like emotionally, which granted you're going to, but like, how do you get out of that? Like, how do you to make the best?
I don't take it personally. I take it as.
So you take your feelings out of it. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know how. You just said you said it hurts your feelings.
I mean, it does. Like at first, it hurts, and then over time, I look at my mistakes. I look at what I did, and I acknowledge like this isn't good enough. This isn't what it's supposed to look like. I can do better.
Okay, makes sense. What about you, Taylor? How do you take criticism and construct? How do you make it work for you?
It solely depends on what I'm being criticized on and who's giving it. Kind of like a Kanye thing. If you ain't done it, you ain't got it. Do not tell me how to get there, how to get it.
I was thinking
Wrap it up.
somebody was gonna say something like that. It
Because
was in the
it
back of my
doesn't make
mind,
sense,
like,
because
bro,
if you
I'm
had
Drake.
the
nigga.
answers,
What
But
am I
it's not
saying?
that Sway didn't have an answer. It's not that Sway didn't have an answer. Sway was just like giving him guiding questions, and that's cool. But like, I can see why that's frustrating, because it's like, if you haven't done it, experienced, or know what it's like, it's really hard for your criticism to be valuable in my eyes. Or to me. I'm not saying you can't give it. I might just be like, oh, okay. But
you don't see the arrogance in that a little bit?
No.
Because even Kanye saw the arrogance in that later.
No, but that's what I'm
back
saying, and that's why it's not necessarily arrogant.
That
Like,
arrogance
I'm
came
saying
and bit him on
that
the ass.
Sway knew. Like, Sway was just trying to get him to do, like, ultimately, like, hopefully what he's, like, working on.
And Sway had a closing line,
trying to
too.
get, like, his own stuff and all of that. And so it's just, like, to a degree, yes. But to just ask me a bunch of questions, I think Kanye said all of that out of frustration.
Which
Because
I agree.
I think that when you get criticism, but it's like no constructive, like you don't feel like it's constructive, and it's just like, what you even saying this for? Like, which is why I said earlier, like, the best way I can take it is if it's like problem and solution based. I'm not saying give me the answer, but don't just tell me what I'm doing wrong. Like, how could I make it better? Or what would you do if you were in this situation to make it better? Like, don't just be like, oh, this is so awful. Okay, but why is it awful? Like, you know, is it the colors? Is it the style? Like, give me more detail so I can fix the issue. But if you kind of like, if you're in the same field as I am, or working towards something that I want to work towards, whether it's hard or not, I just got to kind of step away from myself and kind of figure out a solution to be better. Kind of learned that in school too. It's hard though. Like, it's real hard, because you're always going to think that like what you have currently is like the best of the best. You worked on it. It's dope. And then somebody will come in and do exactly what they're supposed to do. And it'll shake your whole world. But yeah, and sometimes it need to be bust, because, you know, it's elevation and like development. So it's all about stepping aside yourself to see like the bigger picture. Okay. But that takes some time, like, because it's hard. Like, and you got to ask yourself questions, and you thought you had all the answers, but then you ain't got the answers.
But I mean, and see, and that's why I said, like, you don't see the arrogance in that. And like I said, Kanye saw it, because even he wasn't listening to what Sway was saying. He was so mad about I think, which I agree with you on the frustration part. He was so frustrated that he was just not paying attention, which a lot of people do, where like especially if you hear the same things over and over again about something. So if someone tell you, oh, this was, prime example, like if the jacket you got on, right? Like prime example, if someone was like, oh, that jacket would look better in red, and they just kept saying it to you over and over again. Eventually you was like, yo, make a red jacket then if you got a problem. Like, leave me alone. So it's the same thing where it's like, with that situation, it was like I felt like Kanye just heard the same things over and over again about the situation that he wasn't really trying to hear Sway. Because if you listen to Sway, Sway was asking like legit questions about like, yo, how can you make this better? Like how can we make it better for you? And how can you make it better in a smaller frame for you to where you can become bigger? Which is exactly what Kanye ended up doing, where he went to a smaller with Adidas making not Adidas, but I think it was Adidas, right? Where he went to Adidas instead to make Yeezys and everything like that, and it became $1 billion company. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's why I feel like a lot of people have to have that like difference in it, where you have to understand of listening to. Someone told me this when I was younger, where it's like learn to listen to people, like listen to everybody, but understand there's a difference between listening and hearing somebody. So like I'm hearing you, but it doesn't mean I'm listening to you based off of what you're saying. So sometimes, a lot of times, if you hear you can get the right message from the wrong person.
Yes.
But because you're so used to the fact that it's the wrong person, you're not bothering to listen to the message. So what I learned through my life was like, okay, bet I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna hear everybody out. And if it sounds like it makes sense, if it sounds like it's something I need to hear, that's because I was supposed to hear. So therefore, I'm gonna take it to where, okay, I've always been the type of person, I'm my worst critic. That's the first no one can beat me in criticizing me. Like so I know my problems, and I feel like that's another part where a lot of people, when they come to constructive criticism, how to take it, you have to first learn how to be your own critic. As in, if I know something's wrong with it, I know you know something's wrong with it. Like it shouldn't be a shock to me that you don't like something something that's going on, because I should already know I don't like certain things about me. It's certain songs that I made that at the time I liked it, but after I heard it, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna put this on the project, or yeah, this ain't coming out, like this going in the vote, like ain't never hearing this song for a long period of time, like, but that's just me. Versus if I go play it to other people, they might like this song, they might do this, they might, so it made me, like I said, first people have to learn to be their critic, to where they can understand who they are first. So that when you hear somebody tell you where your fault's at, you can grasp that. And then on top of that, well, I think people also have to be okay with is the fact that you're not always, no one's a master. Like, of course they tell you that like, some people are masters at this and that and the third. Like, nobody's really a master for real. Like, everyone's really just trying stuff out and seeing if it works. Like, nobody really knows. There's no, everyone tells you there's a blueprint of how to do it. There's really not. Like, there's so many different ways how you can go around doing stuff and do it differently. Like, I done seen people, you can have a manager, you can have 3 different managers and all of them got to that job different ways. And you don't even know it. The one person worked here for 10 years, another person went and got their college degree, another person just so happened to be the friend of the owner. You don't even know it, but you thinking that they all got to the same spot doing the same thing. And it's like, you have to be okay with your path. Like, okay, sometimes I may not be the biggest person in the room, but how can I become the biggest me? So that way, when I step into the room, I can. It's my space, versus me trying to be Jay-Z or Beyonce or be Kodak or be Cher or be the next Gucci. You feel me? Like no, I want to be the best version of me. So that way, when I'm said and done, whatever what y'all had to say about me, whether it was good or bad, I'm okay with whatever came out with what I came out with. But a lot of times people, like how Kevin was saying, they're so stuck into their own little ways of like, this is how I am, this is what I want, this, that, and the third, that I can't do such things, and I can't do as soon as you give me these comments or these criticisms, I feel some type of way about it. So now all of a sudden you're just like, well, why am I telling you how I feel about what you got going on if I know you can't take it? So like I said, it gotta be
like that's exactly what I said. Meeting the person at that level. If that person, that person can't take it the way you normally say criticism to people, where they're at, what level they're at, because know that you can't say things a normal way. So you meet them, if they're up here all the time,
I can't agree with that.
I feel like if you
like, as in, because at the same time you can do that, but then you want to It's kind of okay. So you remember the movie Ratatouille?
Yeah.
You remember that one, the one critic that they were just so like adamant, or that we gotta get his critic, like we have to get to his level of criticism. Like we want him to give us a 5-star rating so we can legit be that. And I feel like
It wasn't.
asking,
They didn't. It wasn't. They were trying to get at that. The critic guy was something that they were scared of because they knew the kind of criticism he would get. Right.
They gave him a critic before.
And they lost a star because of what he said.
That's what I'm saying. So they need, but he's the critic that they need to get to that star. That was why that's why they made it such a big thing about trying to get to him. It was like, yeah, well, what about when what's his name comes in and charges food? Well, when he comes in, we gonna be ready for him. This, that, and the third. Then what happens? He walks through the door and everybody gets all quiet and everything. I'm coming to try your food tomorrow. And he's like, oh crap, like this just got serious. Like, but
yeah, now we gotta show out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You have to show out to his level, to the critics level. That's why I keep saying where I tell people, when you come ask me for criticism, know what you're asking me for, because I'm not finna come drop down my level of criticism for you because you feel some type of way about what I'm saying. I might be able to
I'm not saying that.
A little bit, but I can't come down here to tell you, okay, well maybe if you just do.
No. I'm still gonna.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say.
I'm still gonna give you criticism.
I'm gonna give him, her, this person, that person, that person. I'm gonna give you the same criticism.
I'm still gonna give you that criticism. I mean, granted, I'm still gonna give you that criticism. I just know how you would take it. I know how you're going to take it, so I'm going to give it to you in a way that you can digest.
Yeah, I'm saying when you tweak it, I'm gonna tweak it the way you make sure the way you can understand what I'm talking about. But the main idea, or like my main focus of what I'm saying, is always gonna be the same. That's why I mean, like, don't change your level. I'm gonna say exactly what needs to be said. But if I have to say it in where, okay, like I said earlier, the 1 + 1 is 2 versus 1 + 1 is fucking 2. I know where it's coming from. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I'm telling you, okay, it's fucking 2, it's because you probably done did it like 5 times and you didn't get me the first 4 times. Like, so now I have to tell you it's fucking 2. Versus if I'm saying it the first time and you got me the first time, I'm gonna be a little bit nicer. But I understand that if I came in, if I have to give you a criticism that's like, yo, end all be all, like how they did in that movie, I'm giving you my highest criteria that you have to hit. And I feel like a lot of times people have to understand that. Again, that's why I was saying earlier about you being cool with yourself and knowing yourself, that you have to put yourself on a criteria, that I have to meet this level of criteria, because I know for the people around me, especially if you're listening to other people. But that's why I say criticism also doesn't come from people telling you it. You can get it from listening to other people just from the outside. Like, oh, you heard such and such say they do their songs like this, so that's why I started doing my songs like this, because it made my songs better. Oh, he does his ad-libs like this, or this person does their clothing line like this. This person, oh, how they use the knife on this type of cuts is why I do it like this, because it makes sense to me how they did it. It made me better. So it's like you can take that and use that. And a lot of times people don't be okay with the fact of, you first, like I said, you gotta be your worst critic. You gotta be your own. You have to know who you are, and at the same time, you have to be okay with the fact that you're not perfect. Everybody had the same the thought process of they're perfect. Like, I can do whatever. Or like how Kayla was saying, that arrogance of I made it, so like how can I not be perfect? I made this. This is me. This is everything I love. So it's like you got to take that into, because that's why I said for me, I can't change that level. That's why I always tell people, like, bro, you got to ask me for criticism. Don't expect me to say anything. I'm gonna say something.
Oh no, yeah. If you come to me and say, hey, check out my song, or check out my video, or check out my clothing line, and I look at it, I'm going to give you feedback on what I think about it. Is if you come to me and ask me that, yeah. Now, if you say, have you seen this or have you seen that, I'm gonna be like, no, because you didn't tell me about it. Even if I do know about it, you didn't tell me, so I didn't ask. Or I'm not gonna ask about it unless you come to me. Because if it's that important to you, you will come to me. If you really want to hear my feedback on certain things, you're gonna come to me. And you know the type of criticism that I give, like what you said, you know the type of criticism that I'm gonna give, so you know the type of answer you should expect. And if it's something that you can't take, then you shouldn't have asked me in the first place.
I think the best
Simple
way
as that.
to for development, personal development, is to always remain teachable. Like, never feel like you can be not never, but always try to have the mindset of a student, so where like you're always willing to learn and to relearn. Like teachers and people in the medical field, I think, have to it's like further education that's recommended every couple years because things change. So yeah, you could have been doing this for 15 years, but 15 years ago then and today, they're actively changing things for the better. So just always trying to like
The Tylenol we had 10 years ago ain't the Tylenol we got today.
Exactly. Like, to always be humble enough to want to be a student instead of being a teacher will kind of always like keep you 1 foot ahead of the game, because I think it's really hard to take criticism when you feel like you're a teacher or you're like a sensei versus being a student. Like, you understand you can make mistakes and that mistakes happen, and literally there's trial and error in success. Like, people fail their way to success all the time.
I feel like if you have to fail in order to succeed.
Yeah.
There's no other way, because there's no how are you going to figure out how to better yourself if you don't know what you did wrong, or if you don't think that you can do it better? You know what I'm saying? I probably said that all wrong.
You didn't. It's another saying I love saying too, that like it kind of goes with this at the same time, like it goes with other things I'm talking about. But I be saying this a lot, where I tell people, in order for you to be a general first, you first have to be a soldier. So you can't tell me
you got to be a crab before you become a captain.
Exactly. So you can't sit here and tell me you can't tell the world how you can do X, Y, and Z, and you ain't never been through the field yet, or you don't even know what the field look like. So it's like you got to understand. In order for you to be a general, you got to be a soldier.
See, we do music, so we can give you band examples all day. When you start in a marching band, especially in college, you start as a crab, and you gotta wear that white T-shirt.
Every band.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah,
every band.
Not every band.
High school and up. Yep, high school and up. If your band was legit,
that's different. Yeah,
if your band was legit.
I probably had to ask my moms about that. But yeah, you start as a crab with a white T-shirt, and you do everything that they tell you. And if you
wear that white T-shirt at all times,
yep.
Wear that white T-shirt at all times to identify you as a crab who knows absolutely nothing.
When Kayla said you got to stay ahead of the game, my mind instantly went to Drumline. When he said, what's the last rule of the rule book?
I went to High School Musical.
That was
the High School Musical.
But she said you got to stay ahead of the game.
Oh yeah, what's the last rule?
What's the last rule of the rule book?
The last rule of the rule book. Stay ahead of the game.
That was funny.
Hey man, let me get y'all final thoughts on today's episode, man. We gotta get these in real quick so we can get up out of here. Hey Rich.
I'm trying to figure out how he knew that you was over here.
Because you didn't put your.
We can see your shadow
off, so we can see.
And we can see the shadow.
You see the fro shadow from over here.
What's the word, gang?
Which is why I was muted. Oh.
Final thoughts. So, in terms of constructive criticism, constructive criticism is a two-way street. I will say that. It's all in how you perceive it and what you give. Those are my final thoughts. Okay. If you feel as though you can't take certain criticism, then you shouldn't ask for certain criticism, in my opinion. But, okay. Everybody else?
Anybody?
Always be a student.
I know that's right.
You said
Always.
Always be a student, even when you're a teacher.
There is something you can learn you will learn something new every single day.
Yep.
Whether you think about it, whether you know about it or not.
Look at my little pupils over here, just taking my little sands and doing whatever they want with them and making their old little sand. That's so cute. Oh, call me seafood.
Seafood.
No.
Z-food.
Seafood.
Z-food. Funny as hell, bro. Taylor?
You'll only be as big as your criticism. Y'all get that or no?
I kind of get what you mean.
I get what you mean. I see you thought that was.
But
I did think about it.
for
'cause it was
those
just
in
like,
the back, that don't understand, what
What you trying to say,
mean?
cuz?
you can only elevate as much as you can take criticism.
Like that.
Mhm.
Like that.
If
Right.
Yep. There's always something you can improve on. Even if you think it's the best thing that you've made ever, there's always something you can something you can do to make it better.
Be better. Do better.
So, just think about that.
Well, this has been another episode, I guess, right?
Season
To the
3.
this is the end of our first episode of season 3 and of the new year. Happy New Year's, y'all.
Oh yeah,
Happy New Year's,
I know
all
we
y'all.
ain't seen y'all since Christmas.
And Merry Christmas, right?
Oh yeah, and Merry
I know.
Christmas to all y'all.
Merry Christmas, y'all, and Happy New Year's. You good, Mocha?
What is going on?
Right? You good?
What is going on here? Like, y'all forgot how we outro? Like, what happened?
Christmas to all and all good night. Have a nice day.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. I don't even know if those are the right holidays in the winter season, but y'all know what it
I
is.
think so.
Both of them?
Yeah.
I think so.
Both of them. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, all those. I know we done missed it, but we here now. We back and we better than ever, baby. So
We're here in the new year.
stay tuned for all of the new things. I know we say this every episode, but stay tuned for all of the new things. Because this is 2023 of the year of new beginnings. So new, everything new. I don't know nothing about that. That's that Thai Triviana and that gospel, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We up. 2023 going up. So y'all go either ride the wave with us or you're gonna get drowned in it. So stay tuned.
But we ain't really gotta kill them.
What? They either gonna ride the wave with us or they gonna drown in the wave.
You messed up. We going body for body out here. Stop.
You feel me? Bodies.
Hands up. Don't shoot.
Him, bodies.
And
Yo.
we out of here.
Oh man. But yeah, it's been a great episode, y'all. I hope y'all took something to learn from, something we give, and I hope you take some of what we're saying, or even all of it, or none of it. I don't know. At the end of the day, you do what you do. People do what they want to do.
Tell you from it.
But if you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Twitch, follow us on all of our social medias, which our social medias are down below. But if you want us to hear us say it, I am your boy Saw. You can find me on Instagram at official.saw. And everybody else, where can they find you at?
Down below.
Say your name.
Down below.
I'm down below, but y'all can follow me on Instagram at Kayla Mullen.
You can follow me on Instagram at Mocha Badu.
And
Yo, it's your boy Z. Y'all already know where to find me. I was hoping you didn't do it just so I could do that.
The level of disrespect is on the offside.
We all love each other. We love y'all. We definitely love you, and thank you guys for supporting us through everything, y'all. So please continue to support us in what we do. And
this was a fuck Z episode, huh? God.
Give us 10,000K. We love y'all.
Good night, y'all.
What? Now we imitating a nigga. God.
You didn't want to say it, so I said it for you. I thought I was helping.
Say it again.
No.
All right,
All right,
y'all.
y'all.
Got it.
It's been a good episode. We out there. Oh wait, I meant to. There we go. Oh no, these songs is fire today.